My name is Stavros Yiannakis, and I'm the General Manager for Garda World in Mozambique.
Okay.
We fall under International Protective Services,
Okay.
and our head office is right here in Dubai.
Okay. Excellent. My first question is Mozambique, as you know, has got considerable energy resources. Now, how would you describe the current landscape in terms of exploration and development?
Well, everybody knows Mozambique is 35. It's the 35th biggest country in the world, with some of the biggest reserves in natural resources. To name a few, the recent natural gas find off the coast of Mozambique, the abundance in coal, coking coal,
Yeah.
that is mined
Okay.
up in the northern part of Mozambique. We've got gold, special sands.
Okay.
There's clinker for cement. So, and that's just touching on the main
Yeah.
resources that rubies is another, obviously precious stones. So in terms of the landscape, I mean that's pretty much where we are. The majority of the natural resources are up in the northern part of Mozambique,
Okay.
and the support from the international community has been phenomenal, and it's opened up a gate to a massive amount of foreign investment.
Yeah.
And the beauty of these natural resources, and these finds, and the potential for the country to grow, not forgetting, local business, local entrepreneurs, and local business people, the opportunities for Mozambique and Mozambicans to benefit from this is vast. It's actually unmeasurable.
Okay. Good. Good. Um, so, what are the main challenges in developing the energy sector within Mozambique, given the great landscape that we've got?
Well, you see, this is it now. You've got, over 2,000 kilometers of coastline. You've got a country that's close to 802,000 square kilometers, in terms of mass. And the infrastructure isn't bad in terms of the road networks, the rail network. The challenges lie in getting the materials to the ports.
Okay.
There's been a massive development, massive investment on improving the railways. Mozambique has a very good electricity grid, and they have a lot of scope for growth. There's a big drive to light up Mozambique, so there is investments, and I don't know if I can say where the money's going to come from right now, because
Sure.
one, I don't actually know, but there is talk of foreign investment and support in building more power stations to, well, it's for a number of reasons, mainly to support industry,
Yeah.
because Mozambique, as everyone knows, doesn't have industry. It's a net importer as opposed to a net exporter.
Right.
At the moment, we're in the exploration phase, as you
and,
know.
and this is a facilitating.
To facilitate,
So
exactly.
there'll be lots of growth in the next few years with it.
Lots of growth in the next few years,
Okay.
and it'll be sustainable growth.
Yeah.
And we're looking at a good 20 years of growth
Yeah.
and sustainable business.
And going forward, where you do have, you mentioned the local companies, but also international companies. Now, some of the international companies based in the UAE would want to, look into operating in Mozambique. So, what advice would you give to those companies, particularly based here, who are looking to actually operate in that country?
The best advice I can give would be to spend some time in Mozambique. As much time as is feasible. Identify good partners, identify strategic alliances, identify local partners that share the same business ethics as yourself, that have similar or the same core values. Don't pay for favors. Don't part with any money
Right.
until you have a robust plan, a contract, that you've conducted a thorough due diligence. There are companies that can help you with that. We as a company can help with that. We are able to facilitate, support, and provide information, provide security, provide people that have been vetted or companies that have been vetted. We can conduct the vetting for you. And look, what you want is you want relationships. So the important thing to do is build relationships. Africa is about speaking to people.
Yeah.
Africa is about relationships.
Yeah.
Earn your trust. It doesn't matter how big a company you are. Okay. Africa is rich in raw materials, rich in culture, rich in history. Form relationships based on honesty, transparency, integrity. You know, then you'll do business, and you'll do good business. Win the hearts and the minds of your business partners, and set the ground rules from the very, very start. That's the best advice I can give you.
Excellent. I think given all of that, there should be people jumping to go to Mozambique and doing something like that.
And the people, the Mozambican people, the president, the government, okay, are all for doing business and putting systems and processes in place that are going to help the local Mozambican.
Good.
They fought for that country.
Yeah, and then
They liberated that country, and
they can move it on.
correct. And now what they want is they want Mozambicans to benefit from what comes out the ground.
Yeah.
It's not much to ask for.
Yeah.
It's their God-given right.
Yeah. No, good.
There's a big drive at the moment. Look, Mozambique is recovering from a lot of bad press.
Yeah.
Okay. With regards to certain financial decisions that were made, and also, the commodity prices, coal and oil, have had a negative impact. But not just Mozambique, everywhere is suffering. And unfortunately, Mozambique really does rely on, show me a country that doesn't rely on foreign investment or foreign business or foreign, on export of their...
But that leads to another question. You see, if we're looking at foreign investors from the UAE and elsewhere, they may have other options in South Africa, Southern Africa, and Africa generally. So what would set Mozambique apart? I mean, you're right. I think the other things you said about transparency and the government willing this on, it's all very good. But I suppose a few other countries in Africa could also say that. What do you think sets? And this is the last question because I did go there.
That's fine, but it's good.
What would set out Mozambique apart from all the other?
Well, apart from the fact that it's got a wealth of natural resources, it also has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world.
Okay.
Tourism.
Yeah.
It's got an amazing coastline, over 2,000 kilometers of coastline.
Yeah.
Untouched. Amazing reserves, bush, natural, hardwood trees. Hundreds of thousands of square kilometers of untouched beauty.
Yeah.
Mozambique is rich in so many aspects.
Yeah. But also it's got now, the natural resources aside, it's probably got the economic infrastructure in place, or getting to that stage.
It does, yeah.
And I think this is what may set it apart in terms of having the financial infrastructure in place and the welcoming attitude towards business that enables companies based here saying, okay, we can do business in Mozambique, as opposed to Nigeria or wherever else. So that was
Mozambique is pro-Western.
Yeah, and I think that's important.
It is pro-Western. Of course, Mozambique will open up its arms for foreign investment,
right?
For businesses to come and invest in Mozambique,
Yeah.
and they will make it very easy for you. Now the process is in place.
Yeah.
are there to support and help foreign investment.
Yeah, and I think
Okay,
yeah.
and it's, it isn't actually as bad as some countries where you wait 6-7 months for a visa.
Yeah.
In Mozambique, they've got, they have good governance.
Yeah.
They've got rule of
that's
law.
one of the important
Rule
things.
of law
Yeah.
and good governance.
Yeah, and transparency.
Okay,
is mentioned
transparency.
as well.
They've got they are fighting corruption.
Yeah.
They've got steps in place and processes in place. They have a body, that you can call. If you suspect somebody of, or you want to accuse somebody of corruption, if somebody has tried to solicit a bribe, you can report it, and there will be a follow-up.
Yeah.
And there is a massive drive to clean up
Sure.
the way business is done in Mozambique.
Yeah, that's
They
good.
want to move away. Mozambique wants to move away from this stigma of it being a developing country,
It's a historic stigma. Yeah, you're
it's
right.
a historic
Yeah,
stigma.
you're right. Absolutely.
Mozambicans,
Yeah.
and a lot of people that are still alive today, really struggled.
Yeah.
And we're part of a group of people that made the country free. Mozambique is a democratic country. It has, a functioning police force. It has good roads, north, south, east, and west. Not enough roads, okay. But if you can imagine the size of the country, I mean, Dubai itself will probably, you could drop Dubai in Mozambique and you wouldn't know where you've dropped it. Mozambique is huge.
Huge compared. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Stavros, thank you very much.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you.